Spring. Hi, Zcat here. It's spring now, and it's much better outside. It's not terrible. It's not terribly cold. It is raining outside, which is a bit weird for Alberta, but wet weather's okay weather, I guess. Zombies, being clinically depressed, are a lot quieter when it's raining, so I don't expect too much trouble. It's better than in the States, which has pretty well been, swallowed up in a dust cloud of dirt and smoke from the burning cities. So, keeps the dust and smoke down. Had a guy come in for a trade. He was reaching into his pocket. I thought he was going to give me a package of smokes. Smokes are actually a decent enough trade item. I don't smoke, but people are dumb enough to trade a bullet of smoke nowadays. And however, it wasn't a pack of smokes. It was this. It's a copy of District Z. First edition copy of District Z. And he was traveling with it, and he said he didn't need it anymore, and he got it from somebody else. It is a zombie game for your pocket, and I'm so happy that he traded it to me. I mean, look at this thing. Lots of times, I used to be on the internet, and people would say, oh, I need something that will, fit into my suitcase, or I need something that I can play at a con that's not going to take up too much space inside my swag bag, because, I'm after stuff to buy. Look at this. What comes with this? There is actually a box. I don't know where it is. He said he was going to find it for me, but rulebook, counters and stands, dice, and a deck of cards. Now this isn't a CCG, and it's not a deck building game. I would consider this more to be a mini role-playing game. You do have a big fat stack of location cards, and then you have a whole bunch of item cards. I'll show these to you again in a minute. And then you have a whole bunch of characters. Now this is just for the character stand. It also comes with the actual characters. You play a survivor and your friends play a survivor, or you play solo if you're stuck somewhere and you can't play with somebody. To survive against the zombies, you can make a combat roll, or you can make a stealth roll. And perception of your character is important, and if your character has a really low health, he or she would probably be best to avoid attacking zombies. And you can just stealth away from them. So, on the face of the game, you win by going through zones, getting equipment, finding the scenario item, and then escaping to the opposite side of the board, or opposite corner of the board. You can also win by killing the other players if you have a more raider-like mentality. You can also win by being horribly killed by zombies or other characters coming up as a zombie and then murdering your living opponents. Where, I don't know about winning as a zombie compared to winning as a human, but a win is a win, right? Each zone that you go through, basically you have an event that you have to do. For instance, you have the stairway. You get to the stairway, you roll a die, and you encounter 2 zombies, encounter 3 zombies, or you get a first aid kit. And then you have to make a check. The other thing they have in there is equipment cards. And, well, item cards. And item cards look a lot like this, baseball bat. And they add some combat to your character, and then they allow you to, kill zombies more effectively, and then there's a chance it could be broken. The first player to get a location objective and then scoot out the opposite corner of the map wins the game. So, In a nutshell, the game is actually played on a 5x6 map made up of location cards. Each location card has an event chart, and you roll a d6. 1 is usually benign, middle is usually, oh my god, there's a lot of zombies here, and then the last is usually a piece of equipment, although there's 1 or 2 events in here which are, oh sweet, sweet lord, I'm just so dead. The cemetery and the event overrunner are actually quite bad. That's District Z. And the items you get: tokens, stands, dice, zombie and survivor, locations, location items that you need to get before you can leave, items to help you live, these to go on the stands, and the characters that you play. Let's play. Closer look at 2 of the characters. Here we have Avery. Combat, agility, perception, hit points. As opposed to a little girl, Katie, combat, agility, perception, hit points. Less hit points, more combat, way less combat. Better at perception and agility, an okay ability. She runs and hides and uses her agility to get away from zombies. He could do both, depending on how bad his hit points are. Here it is. I have an example of a location card. When this character, or when a character lands on this location, they're going to immediately roll a die. On a 1 or 2, 2 zombies. On a 3, 4, 5, 3 zombies. And on a 6, they gain extra ammo. After they encounter whatever happens there, after the event, perception check 7. If you succeed, equip 1 random non-unique item. This is of course very similar to the factory. 2 zombies, 3 zombies, baseball bat. Here's an example of item cards. You have body armor, pistol, first aid kit, baseball bat. You can guess what they're going to do. A lot of the weapons, they add dice, more dice that you roll during combat. First aid allows you to heal, and the body armor gives you more health. There are some other items in the game, like extra ammo, but I'm not going to show you everything right here because I'd rather you get surprised by the whole thing. Ta-da! These are actually location objective cards. Location objective cards are mixed into the main deck of 30 cards to give the players something to look for before they can scurry out the other side, because that wouldn't be enough fun. To start the game, you take 2 location objectives, it doesn't matter which, and take 2 cards at random out of the location deck and shuffle them in. And here's the game ready to go. We have Avery in this corner and little Katie down here in this corner. Katie is going to find her object, one of the objects, somewhere in the city under one of these locations, and then she's going to exit out that corner because her stand matches that cube. Avery also has to find one of these items, and he can't steal from her, and find an item and then get all the way over to that blue cube. And to start the game, Avery figures out what's on his space. Avery, of course, he's sitting over in the corner. He has to encounter whatever's there. Luck is with him, and it's an abandoned ambulance. Abandoned ambulance, you roll a single die, and if you roll a 1 or 2, 2 zombies, a 3 or 4, you get a first aid kit, which you pull from the item deck over there, and on a 5 or 6, you get 3 zombies. After this event, he makes a perception check, and rolling his perception. If he succeeds, he gets 2 wounds healed. Not a bad start. Here you have a situation that happened to me. Avery here, of course, has been fighting his zombies and eradicating them as he goes along. However, Katie here, because she's stealthing her way along, she's not getting many items, but she's avoided these zombies, so she's effectively left a whole bunch of stirred up zombies to block Avery's way. Thanks a lot. However, since Avery has been watching Katie, he knows that his items are not here. And even if she did find a second item right there, she can't take it with her. So, closer look at combat here. Here's Avery. He has 4 health. He's been hit twice. He's been reduced down to 2 health. 2 more hits and he is dead. Also, because of those 2 hits, he has 2 infection tokens. Infection tokens, I would suggest playing with them. They'd say that it's an optional rule, but I really do like this rule. He has 4 health. If ever he gets 8 infection, he just dies and becomes a zombie, period. He is armed with a pistol, which gives him a +1 to his fight. He has extra ammunition, and he has a first aid kit. He encounters that impound lot. In the impound lot, he rolls a 2. Because he rolled a 2, it says he's attacked by 2 zombies. So, 2 zombies. He has a combat of 3, plus 1 more. All the dice are rolled together. He dispatches them easily. He matches this to this, and this to this, and kills those 2 zombies. Or, this roll he didn't do as well. He stymies this zombie, but kills that one. And those extra shots do nothing. Next combat, he only has to fight that. As you can see, with a lot of dice, he's going to have an easy time taking these things out. This roll, however, he might be boned. This roll, this zombie, he can't kill it. He can't even stymie it with a 6. So in this case, that's going to give him a bite. This, however, he's going to kill because his dice is larger. However, he's bitten. And he's well on his way to dying. You better kill it, because one more bite and he's dead. There. He's killed the zombie. At the end of that combat, he can spend his first aid accessory and heal 2 wounds. However, his infection does not go away. Also, because he used the gun, he has to make a check to see if it runs out of ammo. It doesn't. With this card, instead of running out of ammo and stymieing the card, he can at least spend this to avoid the gun running out of ammo. Little Katie here is doing much better. However, her combat skill is 2, and even with a baseball bat, she's only rolling 4 dice. Also, she has a 3 hit points. I don't think she's going to be taking on the zombies. Those same 2 zombies she would run away from. She has an agility of 4. She decides to run away from them. She rolls that, then +1 per die, 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally beats the number of zombies, and she gets away scot-free. Katie over there has gotten to the corner. She's actually found the cure, and all she has to do is encounter that corner successfully and not die, and she wins the game. Okay, it's time for the big question. Why would I get this game for my collection, especially when I'm crawling with games, zombie or otherwise? Come closer. Trust me, I'm not going to bite, not until I turn. There you go. Why would you buy this game for your collection, especially when you have other zombie games? Why not? Okay, that was lame. More specifically, you want some kind of professional conclusion to this video. Fine. While District Z is a card game, it is, in its heart, a mini RPG. It's not just move, shoot, screw the leader with the card, rinse, repeat, like zombies with 3 exclamation marks. Not only does it fill that niche of a game that takes 45 minutes to play, it also fits in your backpack or suitcase. What more do you want? But it's more than just mindless repetition or filler, even if you're playing it between bigger board games. There's a little meat there. Not as much meat as Zombicide or Last Night on Earth, but it's not trying to replace those in your heart or your collection anyway. It is better than Zombies with 3 exclamation marks. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Zombies with 3 exclamation marks. You were my first love and you introduced me into the hobby, but we grew apart. A ton of miniatures, super gory art do not a zombie game make, although they help. Also, there is that time where you made a really nice guy almost flip the table and he is probably totally justified. There's a reason I've come this far and I haven't brought you along. But I'll get to you later. We're talking about District Z right now. It is not Zombies with 3 exclamation marks. That's unfair. It is actually a better gateway game into the survival horror genre of games. District Z is more than just other players' screwage or multiplayer solitaire disguised as fun. You can actually avoid the other player or sneak past them. You can leave a trail of zombies in front of them. You don't think you're going to win, you could actually turn around and attack. It's desperate, but you can do it. If they're desperate and you have equipment, you could trade with them. PvP elements? Check. Cooperative elements? Yes, but it's not forced on you. Simple play? Yep. But nice play. Excellent look? Yes, I like photos, art / cosplay pictures. I'm a big fan of Last Night on Earth, and it's way better than, jarring or crappy artwork. I've seen zombie games that I'd like to play, but I just can't get past the art. I guess I like aesthetics. This game begs for expansions, but it's strong on its own. Please give it a chance. Well, that's it. For the life of me, I don't know if District Z was successfully kickstarted or not. This is a first edition copy that I found. It's going to drive me insane. So if there's anyone out there who has working internet right now, please go to the Kickstarter website, look up District Z, and have a look. And please tell me if it got kickstarted, because, geez, that was 10 years ago. I'm old. And if there's, a second edition copy of District Z floating out there, I want it. Zcat, Zombie Apocalypse, stay safe.